you guys up, but just, you gotta realize that this is part of the coaching and mentoring. Don't feel like I'm picking on anybody, but if it keeps on coming back to you and you go, okay, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, then there's probably a track record of things that you're not doing and that's why you're not having success. But how many people have listened to Live Long and Prosper, Paul Sika, the New Standing Order?
Awesome.
Oh,
Man.
it's so good,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
crazy good. And if you didn't, then you gotta ask yourself, why am I not? Because if you don't, you have to realize we all speak a certain language. Dean Whalen talked about that. You can't go there and explain the experience that you're gonna have this weekend. You can't explain the experience. They're two different things, an explanation and an experience. So what happens when you come out of spring leadership? So what'd you do this weekend? And then you try to explain spring leadership. You can't do it. It's an experience. It has all of these different things that are happening around you that you can't bring into a conversation. So at the end of the day, you have to understand what we're trying to do is bring you into this experience by this weekend. But if you don't every day bring yourself into an experience by listening to your Kate messages and listening to the audio and doing all these things, then you're not up to the rest of the language of what we're speaking. Like Dean says, when you leave, you go try to speak a language to people that it's a foreign language to them. They don't understand it. So that's why we try so hard to get people to these major functions, because that's truly where people make decisions, big decisions. So hopefully you guys came with that intent. Go ahead.
My name is Morgan. I currently live in Aurora, Colorado. Jake and I are from Maine originally. I am a virtual assistant as my day job. I also serve and bartend part-time. Sponsored by Lily.
Good job. Another busy gal. I mean, she shared with me, we're talking somebody who works 7 days a week, 2 jobs. I mean, she's just incredible. That's like you said, that Larry Alloway, I wish he would have stuck around, because that man right there, he means the world to me. But he believes that the fabric of America is like gone. Like, it's just me and Larry. I'm like, Larry, why don't you come over and meet a few other people? Because Morgan doesn't expect any handouts from anybody. She's going to go out there and she's going to make things happen. And what I would tell you is, when I think about this business, either you have that attitude or you just don't build it. Because you're going to build it tired. Marty and myself, we were back there talking about one of the things that you're going to have to understand is you're going to have to do this intentionally. It's not just going to happen. And think of part of that word in intentional is tension. There's going to be tension. Think about the rubber band, right? The rubber band is useless when it's just sitting there. But when it's stretched, there's going to be tension. You're going to be stretched. You're going to have to know why you're doing it. And a person that doesn't have it inside them, we look at diamonds and we go, how could Trevor go diamond and let's say the Zellers didn't? Well, we can't see in their hearts. Every person is different. But you're going to have to go through tension, and you're going to have to realize it's just part of it, and you're going to be stretched. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone. You're going to be uncomfortable a lot, but that's where success truly lies. And somebody like Morgan, I respect you. I told your man that too. I said, I respect Morgan so much that she's willing to go out there and get after life. So, go ahead, Jake.
My name is Jake. I'm from Maine. I'm sponsored by Morgan. I'm a welder. Currently live in Aurora, as she said, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
We're moving this summer, so we're not really sure where we're going to end up.
Okay. So, one thing that I learned about Jake is he came over one afternoon, and wouldn't you agree, my brother, we tightened it up that day, didn't we?
Sure did.
I mean, I looked at a guy, and he was willing to get transparent. I was willing to get transparent with him, and I shared things with him I wouldn't share with anybody else. And that's something to be said when you can have relationships like that, and there's a business attached to it. But I guarantee you, be on the eye for Jake, man. He is a total stud, and I mean that. I mean that. He's one of those guys that's kind of just, he'll let everybody else say what they want to say, and they're so sharp, and he'll just sit back and he doesn't push himself out in front of everybody. But this guy is major sharp, and he's one of those guys like that script. He'll take Trevor's script like that, and he'll put it into his memory, and he'll start shooting that out to people. I mean, he'll call me and tell me, be careful with your girlfriend here. They'll be down in, where were you, Colfax? Where were you that one day?
No, we were on Broadway.
Broadway.
We really like that huge Goodwill that's down there. So we
Okay.
went to see it, and then we were just like, well, we might as well walk around and see what's around.
But you sent her that way and you went this way and you said,
Yeah.
hopefully she's had better luck than me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, dude, go grab hold of your gal and get her out of there.
She's tough.
I,
But yeah, we won't go back there across.
yeah.
Unless you're in the business of adult shops or marijuana dispensaries, and you shouldn't be in that area.
That's what he told me and I'm like, Morgan went this way and you went this way. Okay, well get on.
Zero
Who
love
took the adult
that
shop? Who took the adult shop and who?
I actually went to both. Morgan just hung out in the Goodwill.
Are you looking for opportunities? It's not holding.
I went into this one store, it was like this glass art, you know? And I went in and I was like, this stuff is awesome. And I was like, wait, you can smoke substances out of every one of these. I'm clearly in the wrong store.
And you thought they were art?
Because it's like this huge 4-foot dragon.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
You just didn't realize the tail was the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Exactly. Finally, I started seeing smaller ones, and that's so much easier for me to put together. You know? Then I had to retrace and figured out the bigger ones.
Go ahead, Natasha.
Okay, I'm Natasha Campbell, and I from
Okay, watch this. Who
Okay.
doesn't know Natasha Campbell here? Everybody's gonna be like, we hear her on Kate every day! She's awesome. Go ahead.
Sorry, so hopefully you understand me. So, and I from Felix, and I sponsored by Mary, and
Mary
Mary
McRae.
McRae, and but she is not so very active now,
Yeah.
but
So glad she brought you in the picture.
yes, yeah, I'm very happy about it. And so then working Cassandra is pretty much working with
Yep.
Cassandra and Steve, of course. And yeah, I'm in full-time job. I'm teaching at school, teaching German at West High School, and hope, and just like on my way to retirement. Not even
Awesome.
hope, on my way to retirement. And talking about all other businesses, like before this business, remember I've told you guys, so I was in one company, ProClick, I think. They, I paid so much money to them, and it's about like 6,000 whatever plus. And it was totally rip-off. And then I was also selling stuff on eBay. And I
Were you? I didn't know that.
And I didn't know that I was selling illegal stuff. I was sued. I was sued by
You were
Canon,
sued?
by Canon, C-A-N.
Who's gonna win that one?
Wow.
They sent me a letter, Canon versus Natasha. And the letter they sent not by mail. The guy came. He said, "Are you so and so?" I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Sign here. Here is your letter." I said, "Oh my gosh, what's happened?"
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I said, "What's happened?" I was selling Canon batteries that I was buying from the lovely lady from Hong Kong, China, Annie Po.
Lovely
I
lady.
was buying them for like $5, whichever, and I was selling them for $27.
Yeah.
And I said it's
Wow.
not illegal, honestly.
Entrepreneur.
But then it
No,
was,
no.
oh my gosh, and it was so scary.
And you got charged in more than one
Yes,
way.
but then when I found the lawyer, one of the friends of mine, they were laughing out loud. The whole company, they didn't. I didn't pay anything to them, only to write letters of excuse to everything. They make a deal with Canon. They say probably she just. I realized, guys, I didn't realize it's not legal. Say, cannot you understand this? Canon? I said no, and it's a good price.